So now this is the Rutaceae video. So Rutaceae is another family in the Eudicots, super important in Australia and globally. So the traits you're going to look for in this Rutaceae are, well, there's about 1,600 species globally, so it's reasonably sized family, so pretty important. Like Myrtaceae, it's just woody plants, so no herbaceous things. So we're in the category of woody plants, shrubs and trees, basically. Unlike Myrtaceae, often compound leaves. So in the agricultural ones, they often have simple leaves, so lemons, limes, and things. But the wild ones and the native ones in Australia often have compound leaves. So that's a good trait to look for. And then, of course, the most characteristic thing about Rutaceae is the oil glands and the really strong smell. And so this is how it comes out in the family key. And it is really characteristic. But one thing that you should be aware of is that the smell of the agricultural ones, so the lemons and limes and things, is pretty different than the ones of the native species here. And the range of smells among the native species is quite big. But if you see a few of them and you start to get a feeling for it, sometimes it's even a little unpleasant, like a little skunky kind of flavor, often sweets, but it's very different than Myrtaceae. So if you see Rutaceae here at the gardens, or if you see it out when you're doing your iNaturalist collections, a lot of them are blooming right now, so it should be really easy to find. Crush the leaves and smell them and start to get a feeling for what is the range of smells in the Rutaceae. Stamens usually twice as many as the petals. So in this case, 4 petals, 8 stamens, but it can be 5 petals, 10 stamens. That's pretty typical. Actinomorphic or radially symmetric is another good characteristic for Rutaceae. And unlike Myrtaceae, superior ovary is the rule in this family. Here's a very common one around Sydney. This is Boronia. And it often, has the same sort of thing. 8 stamens, 4 petals, very strong smell, but very different than citrus, than lemons and limes. Here is a close-up of a lemon and lime flower, which you should be able to find at the gardens. If you go to that, you should be able to see it in the food section of the garden. And the other thing I find relatively consistent in this family is that the filaments are often pressed closely together, almost as if they appear to be connate. So that kind of ring of filaments around the stigma and a kind of blunt stigma are also not universal characteristics, but pretty good signals that you're looking at a plant that's in the Rutaceae. And last, when you do find these plants, take a look at the oil glands. These are really prominent and really easy to see if you find a lemon leaf or lime leaf or a Boronia. Any of these, they should have these really strong oil glands. So make sure you look at one of these leaves, hold it up to the sun, and see the light shining through. And this is where the oil is produced. That is what you smell, where the aromatics are produced that you smell when you crush the leaves.